Guys, it's Friday, and here we are at the Seaspension shop, and we had a special guest visit us today, and it's Peter, the founder and inventor of Seaspension, and he's getting ready to move to a new house in New Mexico. So, is that all right to say?
Yeah, this is
Absolutely.
to get us in the mood. These are petroglyphs from Albuquerque.
Wonderful. So you're getting in the mood for retirement, full-on retirement.
Yeah,
Peter sold the business to Ian and I 2 years ago. We just had our
Yes.
2-year anniversary. And we are saddened by the thought that he won't be able to just stop by. So I'm grabbing him now to just say a few words. So first of all, Peter, tell me how or why you invented the Seaspension pedestal.
Well, it's the common problem with boats. Boats typically don't have suspension systems in them, and I figured that's just a natural to invent a suspension system for boat seats in particular. So I did, and it's a true shock mitigation system underneath the seat itself, derived from automotive, motorcycle, racing industry, if you will. It's not a pogo stick, and so it's a true dampening unit. Works fantastic, and it's a complete makeover of the way you're used to riding in a boat.
Absolutely. Now, Ian, what attracted you to the business?
Well, I had been looking for something in the marine business, and I found this listing, and we came down here. Why'd you cut? Hold on. Well, I had been looking for a product or something in the boating industry. I've been passionate about boating since I was a little kid, and I saw this listing in a trade listing and decided that I had to come down here and check it out. And I came down and met Peter, and I think we immediately hit it off. I think that we both recognized that we kind of, thought the same way and kind of understood each other and understood the product. And I think that Peter also, this company was important to him. He put a lot of effort and time into it, and he really wanted somebody that was going to be equally as passionate about it. And so I think that he kind of was happy that I showed up interested in this company. And I have to say, we've developed a great friendship, and it was a lot more than what we initially thought and what the contract said. I think there was going to be 2-week changeover period, and I think that turned to almost 2 years where, we're still in touch, and we're going to miss having him as a neighbor. But I've learned a lot from him, and I think that I added, my skills and our skills to the company. And actually this is a new product that's going to be going on a Whirlpool jet boat in Niagara Falls. 50 seats are going on there. So we've developed new products. We are reaching out to other boat manufacturers, and we've been growing the business. It's been steadily growing. We have wonderful feedback. There's great history. There is a whole pedigree of existing customers that are just really supportive and passionate about the product. So we have that history, and we're able to take that and just continue to grow it and continue to make relationships. So I feel really blessed. I think this has just been a great experience, and we're excited about the future. We're excited about where we're going, and we're actually feel excited about Peter and his wife for their new adventure and building a new house, and they're very excited about it. So we're happy for them too.
Yes. Well, one thing is, this particular project reminds me of when we first bought the business, because this table was loaded up with a ton of product for the Panamanian Coast Guard. Peter, can you talk a little bit about some of the big projects that Seaspension has had the experience in providing Seaspension pedestals to their fleets?
The one you're referencing is Coast Guard Panamanian, as you said. We've done some security boats for for President Obama back, I forget how many years ago that was. But again, we supplied a lot of pedestals, independent suspension on bolster seats, similar to what we're sitting in right now. They're still running strong even after years of abuse in the military environment. And of course, Parker Boat Company is our mainstay, and we forged a really strong relationship with Parker Boats, and one of the reasons why is because Parker Boats, as most of you know, has a forward cabin, and of course the ride on the bow area of the boat is roughest. They do that with the purpose of having good fishing space in the back, but it works for us because every person that's ever installed a Seaspension in a Parker boat knows what the difference would be.
They can't live without it afterwards.
Exactly, and as I understand it, Ian, you're going to New Zealand pretty soon.
Yes, we are. We're going through, Enterprise Florida has a program where they promote Florida businesses to do export. We've been on a previous trade mission to Panama, which we had some success, and we're now going to Australia and New Zealand, and we're very excited about that because what we found is the boating in New Zealand, for example, is very similar to Hawaii. People go in very rough seas in small trailer boats. And it's a similar thing that happens in Hawaii, and we happen to be very popular in Hawaii. We have a lot of product there that we sold. Also in New Zealand, there's a lot of aluminum boat manufacturers, and the aluminum boats tend to ride a little bit harder than fiberglass boats, so they're already using various suspension systems. But we have already met with some boat manufacturers, and we're planning on, we have appointments, and Enterprise Florida through the U.S. Embassy sets up appointments for us, and so we're going to be on a whirlwind tour of going and pitching our product to many different manufacturers. We're actually going to be attending a boat show in Auckland, New Zealand, which is going to be exciting to meet people literally around the world that are passionate about boating like us. So we're really excited about that. We're very hopeful that it's going to give us some good business leads, but also some just really great connections and some, great insight onto, other boating in other places in the world. So we're very excited about that.
Peter, what was your favorite part of establishing and running such an awesome business?
Actually, the invention part. It started out with just one pedestal that I felt I had to grow into a family of pedestals. And we've accomplished that by making pedestals for benches with independent suspension, so you can have a heavy guy on one side and a light person on the other side, and they equally get a benefit from that suspension system. We've done race boats. In my early days, I was walking the Miami Boat Show, and I ran into a guy that was racing boats, and he had a scare, and he knew of Seaspension. He said, "Peter, can you build me a suspension system for my scare that I race?" And I said, "Sure." Of course, I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I found out soon enough what it would take. And these are some of the learning curves that I've overcome, challenges, and that excites me. Just being able to develop product that would fit, would suit a certain application, and I have a hard time saying no. So we'll just figure out a way to do it to make it work.
Ian, what's your favorite part of running
It's
it?
interesting hearing you say that the way that you said it, because that to me as well, I love the develop, having an idea, having a need, and developing a product. Like, to me, that's the really exciting part. I have a lot of equipment here that I can prototype things and make different variations of products that he's done, and a lot of times I'll go on the shelves and I'll find something that I imagined that he had already built, so then I kind of pick up where he left off and redevelop that, and it's very exciting. But I think also too, solving problems. when you order from Seaspension, you know, we have a lot of boat models that it's very simple. We know what model's going to work and fit for your boat, and that's easy. But we get a lot of calls from people that have a boat that might have an unusual installation. And I enjoy working with them and trying to figure out what we can do, because we have a lot of different products and we can use combinations of different products and even make something custom to solve someone's problem. You know, usually when people call us, they know that they want suspension for one reason or another. They've had a back surgery, or they just, you know, they're now retired and they want to be able to go fishing every day and not feel beat up at the end of the day, or whatever the reason is. They want it, and I, like Peter, don't want to say no, and I actually really enjoy that part of trying to figure out how can we help this person, how can we make that. And so yes, the development and talking to people, but also too, I just love talking to people about boats. I've, you know, boating is in my blood. It's been in my history of my family for generations, and I just, you know, and our customers are like that. They're like me. They're passionate about their boats too. And I think when we talk, they understand that my passion, and there's a good rapport, and I really enjoy that part. You know, I feel like every time I get off the phone, I just made a new friend. And this is a boater that's someone that we get each other. We understand each other. We understand, you know, why we put so much effort into this recreation or sport, or even it could be occupation for you. But you know, I feel like I'm part of that family with that passion and the boating, and I really enjoy interacting with other people who have that same passion. So that's my favorite part of this.
That's awesome. Peter, how do you feel retiring from this, and what are your thoughts on the business continuing to grow, and, well, what do you think of Ian?
Well, that's a loaded question. No, I felt really blessed to be able to hand over the business, as Ian alluded to continue what I've built and laid a foundation of. And as far as the retirement, you know, I had a hard time walking away from the business. I was obligated by contract to stick it out for a couple of weeks or whatever it was, and it just
You stayed
evolved for
3 months.
I stayed for a long time.
I loved it.
And you know, we didn't skimp on taking all the equipment out. You know, we just left the business as a legitimate operational business. So he wouldn't miss a beat. And if there was any time a question that he needed answered, he wasn't afraid to call me and ask. And for that matter, you know, I enjoyed coming over because I enjoy Gil's friendship.
Mm-hmm.
We are looking forward to moving to New Mexico, because it will be a totally different climate, totally different landscape. I enjoy riding motorcycles, so it will be nice curvy roads with not a whole lot of traffic. I might even pick up skiing again, because there's a ski resort right next to us, and the hiking opportunities over there are immense. There's wide open spaces behind our house. We'll get a dog, as well as we have a couple cats right now. But yeah, the outdoors type of lifestyle is what we enjoy.
So you're looking forward to it, and we wish you all good things.
Yes,
and we know, even though you're moving, that you're never more than a phone call away.
Exactly. Right.
And we really appreciate
Right.
that. Ian, where do you see the company going from here?
Well, I like that we're growing, but we're growing slow and steady, and that's my intention. I don't want to go too fast where I lose that interaction with the customer. I think that's the value of this company, and I think that people really appreciate it. They appreciate that they can call and they can talk to me, and I can answer a question. And I think it's going to be a balance, that we grow slowly and keep that solid base and keep the integrity and the quality of the product. So I think that it's just going to be a journey. It's going to be a long journey, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am hopeful and excited about it. So.
Since you took over, we've expanded the line to be able to fit even more boats. boat layouts, and do you see that as continuing?
Yes, well, because, you know, when Peter developed this at the beginning, boat styles were a certain way. Well, boat manufacturers have changed the style of boats and the style of the seating arrangements, so we have to evolve with that. And that's what's driven the evolution of some of the different products, is because of the design changes that boat manufacturers have been doing and the style changes. So, yeah, we're trying to keep ahead of that. We definitely have products that will be coming down the line that will be a better fit for the new designs, and a lot of them are variations of products that were already built for one reason or another. But it's going to be the trick is going to be to just constantly evolve that and just make sure that we have, you know, Seaspension can't fit in every boat, but we want to maintain a high percentage of boats where it can work, and that has to do with this, you know, the evolution and develop, you know, almost a constant state of development of, you know, products that will have that range.
Perfect. Well, thanks, guys. I didn't know what I was going to ask. You didn't know what you were going to say. I'm glad that, Peter, you let us take the time, and your beautiful wife, who's around here somewhere. Thank you for the question and answer moment, and we wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank
Hey,
you.
thank
Yeah.
you. Good
Yes.
luck on your move.
Thank you.
And thank you for
We're
everything.
doing such a
Yeah.
great job over here.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Proud of
you.
you.
Thanks,
Both of you.
Peter.
Yeah.
Love you.
Right.
Bye.
Love